In today's video, we are doing a mid-year reset.
It just looks so much better.
Way more empty. We're gonna check back in with my 2026 goals. 20 subscribers away from 5,000. Hey guys, it's Emma. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are doing a mid-year reset. I am in deep need of this. I have so many things written down that I want to do in this video. I am on a little bit of a time crunch because work tomorrow. Friday, I think I have plans because I'm off. Saturday is July 4th. Sunday, I may have time to do some reset things. I'm not sure, so I'm gonna try to pack a lot of these things today, and also Thursday I have a concert. So I'm a little bit stressed, okay? I had to start this video late because I was editing another video. We have a lot of things we gotta do in this video. Obviously, it is the middle of the year. This is when I need to recheck my goals that I set at the beginning of the year, see if I still stand by those, if I want to adjust them, or if I'm on the right track. And we'll also be looking at my vision board, see if I forgot any things that I put on there, maybe add some things. We'll see. But we're also going to be doing the normal mundane things that I usually do in every reset. So if you can't tell, my bed is just a mess. I will say, I was gonna put my clothes away yesterday, but I was like, I am filming a reset tomorrow, so let me just wait until I start that video for me to do that. All these clothes will be put away. I also had to wash my duvet and my sheets today, so I have to put those back on my bed because they are already washed. And then I also have to work out. I usually work out in the morning, but again, I had to edit a video this morning that had to go up today, so I was on grind mode for that. So now is when I'm going to work out. So I think that's the first thing I'm gonna do, work out, and then we'll come back to my room, put the clothes away, put the duvet and the sheets on the bed, maybe shower, or shower when I'm done with everything else that I wanna do, which is go through all my clothes. At the beginning of this year, I switched all my hangers the other way around just to see which clothes I wear a lot more than other clothes. So we're gonna go into my closet and look at every single piece of clothing that I haven't used, see if I actually really want them or if I just haven't had time to wear them. I also wanted to go through my dresser drawers, look at my pajamas, bikinis, leggings, shorts, skirts, all of that, and get rid of some things. Like I said, it is 4 o'clock, so I don't know how much of that we'll be able to do, but I at least want to do a good portion today. I also kind of want to not redecorate my room, but add some things for the summertime. So the plans for today is work out, put away clothes, get rid of clothes, put the duvet and the sheets back on, and kind of redecorate my room. Those are the goals today. We'll see if we get all of it done, but I want to get a good chunk of it done. Let's get started. Okay. I just finished working out. Now I'm going to put my clothes away. I also have to put these clothes away that I got from TJ Maxx. While I put away my clothes, I'm going to play a YouTube video because I am behind on so many videos. I'm also even behind on Love Island UK and USA. That's how busy I've been. I'm usually the person that's like watching something as soon as it comes out. I'm behind on 2 Love Island UK episodes, probably 3 now with the one that came out today. 1 Love Island USA episode, and then like so many YouTube videos. So I have to pick who I'm gonna watch on YouTube because I actually have a variety, and I'm gonna watch that while I put my clothes away. the next day and I've just washed my hair, and I decided I'm going to show you guys my new hair care routine. If you may or may not know, at the beginning of this year, I had a goal to really take care of my hair and find a good routine for it. And I will say I have found a good routine for when I keep it natural. If you don't know, my hair is naturally wavy, and it used to be pin straight when I was younger, but I don't know what happened. When I grew up, I all of a sudden got extremely wavy hair, and no one really in my immediate family has curly hair, so I didn't really know what to do with it. Anyone that would ask wouldn't really know, or it was for their hair and it wouldn't really fit my hair. So after so much time of research and just trying a bunch of different things, I found a good hair routine for my wavy hair, but I feel like I'm still kind of experimenting for when I want to actually blow dry my hair. I think obviously putting heat on my hair is what kind of ruins it a little bit. Not that my hair isn't healthy, I would say it's a lot healthier than it was at the beginning of this year for sure. I don't know, I think it could definitely get healthier. I'm actually going in a month to get it cut because I feel like the ends are kind of looking a little bad again, so I just want a little bit of a trim, just cut the dead ends. But what I'm going to show you guys, because I have a concert tomorrow, so I want to blow dry my hair so I can iron it tomorrow. And I'm going to show you guys the things that I put in my hair when I blow dry it, which is not a lot at all. I put this Kerastase, an anti-frizz. I think it's also kind of just like a detangler. I usually, when I leave my natural hair, I use It's a 10 and the Wow Spray, which there is nothing else left in this one. I use the Wow Spray and It's a 10 when I leave my natural hair, but when I blow dry my hair, I use this one just because, I don't know, my mom told me to do that. When I blow dry my hair, she said, just put this one in. It's just less work, because blow drying hair, at least blow drying my hair, is already a lot of work, but I will say this blow dryer, this new blow dryer that I got really speeds up the process of blow drying my hair, and it actually comes out so much nicer. So I can't wait to show you guys what it looks like. But after I put that Kerastase in, then I put this in, which is IGK Good Behavior Something Protein Smoothing Blowout Balm plus Keratin Light Treatment, 72-hour frizz control, and 450-degree heat protection. Where I got this recommendation from was from my hairdresser who does my hair. I have a new hair lady as of the beginning of this year, actually, because my old one left the city. So I needed to go to a new one. So me, my mom, my sister, we all go to my cousin's now. She has taught me a lot about my hair because she actually has wavy hair. So she's told me things to do with it, things to use. And this is one of the things she told me to get for blow drying my hair because she uses it when she does my hair. And so I basically just put like this much, maybe a little less. I probably put too much. But I mostly put it on my ends. I just comb it through the ends. Once that's in there, I just go through the top. My hair just like falls out like crazy too. Okay, then once I put those two things in, I don't really part my hair. I just brush it out, hoping that it is in the middle. Okay, and then the blow dryer I use, I actually do not know the name. I will have to ask my mom because my mom is the one that got it for me. I was using the Dyson, and while it's so nice for your hair, I think that might have been ruining it. So I got this one. It might be called Mezcone. If I find it, I'll put it on the screen. But it's very similar to the Dyson, but for some reason it's just so much better. And I think it's because of the attachment I use. So it's kind of the same as the Dyson, and it comes with 5 different attachments. The one I use for blow drying my hair is this one. This is so much thicker than the Dyson one. I still have my Dyson for comparison. I mean, this was obviously going to take me so much longer to blow dry my hair. It also just collects so much hair. I don't know if you can see that. This one is just so much better and easier to use. And usually when I use the Dyson, my hair would be blow dried, but it would be this big because I just have naturally frizzy, huge hair. I have so much hair. This one just for some reason makes it look so much better. And then I hadn't used these attachments. I didn't really like the Dyson ones and I felt like they didn't really work, but one day I had time to do my hair, which is very rare, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try these out, and they actually came out so good. But I think, like I said, tomorrow I'm gonna iron my hair. And I was thinking of using these, but I think the vibe for the concert is ironed hair. And then the other 2 attachments are just this brush, which I guess like you just comb it like that, but I like twisting it. And then the other one I think is just a regular blow dryer, which is still in the wrapper because I don't really use that either. And then it also comes with a glove and clips to put in your hair, but I also don't really use those. I use my own clips and hair ties and stuff. I'm going to blow dry my hair now, and I will show you guys the results after. This is what my hair looks like after it's blow dried. It's definitely not perfect. It's not gonna look the blowout. That's just never how my hair looks when I do it myself. But ever since I got this blow dryer, it just looks so much better. But what I've recently been doing is adding this Olaplex bonding oil number 7. I saw someone say that this was good to add to your hair. It might have been my hairdresser. And to just add it to the ends. Do I really know what it does? No. And then just a little at the top. I know you're not supposed to put it at the top because it can make your hair look greasy, but just like kind of the leftover, whatever you have left on your hands, just put it on the top of your hair. I am done blow drying my hair. It took me about 20 to 25 minutes, which honestly not bad for the amount of hair I have. Just to get it out of my face, usually I'll just put it back with a headband at night. I'm going to vacuum this bathroom and then we will continue this mid-year reset. So it is a few days later, and I don't think I ever showed you guys the finished product of my room. I will say, didn't change much. I know I said I was gonna redecorate for summer, but that really means switching out some of my stuffed animals for the summer vibe. So over here, I usually have my little Hogwarts Hedwig owl here, but I switched it for this parrot because I love parrots. If you don't know, I put that there every summer. And then up here, I have my little palm tree jelly cat. I have so many trinkets now on my bookshelf, and I didn't last year. So it was a little more shown last year, and now it's a little bit hidden, but it's okay. I know it's there. I didn't redecorate my bookshelf, but I did put this used to be a candle, but I put all my bookmarks in here because they were in the drawer next to my bed, my night table. That was just so cluttered, and I'll show you what that looks like now, that I was like, why are my bookmarks in here? They should be with my books. So I just put them all in here, so when I pick out a new book, I could also pick out a bookmark. You guys saw like the montage of me kind of just taking out the stuff from up there, which I did do. It still has a lot of stuff up there, which I wasn't intending to really empty that out. I did want to get rid of stuff that was up there, and then the stuff that was in my night table that I didn't even really use. I don't know why it was next to me while I sleep. I took some of the stuff out of there and put it up there. So like my yearbooks were next to me, and I was like, I don't even look through my yearbooks like that. That's just something that I want to keep, obviously. That's basically what this drawer looks like. It might look cluttered to you guys, but trust me, there was so much random stuff in here. There was stickers, cases, yearbooks, and then I still have my photo albums in here because this is something that I obviously update almost every month. And then I just have some technical things in here that I use a lot more now. Like my tripods were up in my closet, but I use my tripod so much, so I put them in here now. I just have like some lights and cameras in here, which is it just makes so much more sense. And then in here, it's also way more empty. Like I said, I had like my bookmarks in here, wallets, a bunch of stuff, and now I just have some like books, diaries, journals. I have my Sudoku book in here. I have like 2 cases, my glasses, some scrunchies, my remotes for the TV, chopstick, and that's basically it. Now I have just like so much space in here, which I like more. I don't like having a cluttered area. So that's what you guys saw me do. And then also the day after that, I went into my reading journal and I updated that, which actually I've been getting so much more quick when I do this. Is that the right way to say it? I've been getting so much more quick. I've been getting quicker with the way that I do my reading journal. I think I've just gotten the hang of it. So obviously this page, I filled in the books that I read with the rating. I got another 5 stars. So we have another yellow book on there, which is exciting. And then for my 16 books in 2026, I think the only ones I colored in were My Friends and Slanting Towards the Sea. And then for the book bingo, I don't think I colored in any. This page, the TBR card, I believe the only one I also colored in was the X-Files, which my 2 5 stars were next to each other on this cart, which is crazy. And then for the shopping tracker, the only one I checked off, I think, was My Friends. Not that bad, honestly. I actually think I have a total of 13 books on my shelf that I haven't read, which may be a lot for some people, but for me, that's honestly great. I've had a goal of getting down my TBR to 10, which we'll talk about my goals that I said at the beginning of the year in a little bit, but I've gotten my physical TBR down. It used to be like 30 something, so I'm kind of proud of that. Obviously my reading log is getting filled out. I just filled out the books I read. I read 5 books in June, I believe, so not that much. My series tracker, I don't think I colored any of these in. And then for the book of the year, I've kind of been filling this out a little bit more. So I did Tuesdays with Morrie for May, the X-Files in June, which I had to pick between my 2 5 stars, which one was going to go in this box, which I picked Tuesdays with Morrie because the X-Files was a really good book, but I think Tuesdays with Morrie is going to be one that like really sticks with me forever. And then up here, I picked Binding 13 for the first quarter. And then for pages per month, I've read the least amount that I've read this year, and that was 1,726. For monthly reading, I read 4 books. Oh, I didn't even read 5 books this month. I read 4 books. And then time spent reading, this is what this looks like. Obviously, filled it in a little bit more. And then I did my June reading wrap-up page, which this is what it looks like. I think it came out really cute. Not my favorite, but definitely so cute. Just did a bunch of fruits on this page. And then this is what the wrap-up page looks like. And then for the books I read, obviously I only read 4. So this is what this looks like. Just what it normally looks like with the book, the title, the pages, the dates I read them, the genre, and the rating, and then just like a little doodle in the corner. And then, oh wait, I also did a summer TBR page. I completely skipped that one. I wanted to add stickers to this page, but I completely forgot to do that. So this is what it looks like right now. Maybe we'll do it in the next reset. But basically, I didn't know how I wanted to do this. The last spread that I did that was like a seasonal TBR was this one. And this is how I used to always do them, just like a table and then the books stacked, which I do like, but I wanted to make it a little different. So I did this, I put a background, and I just printed out the books. And then if I read them, I would check it off and also put the rating on them. So for this, for my summer TBR, I've read My Friends, Slanting Towards the Sea, and The X-Files. Also, these books are like my personal summer TBR. I know I did a summer TBR on this channel, which I'm still keeping an eye out on those books if I want to ever reach for them. But this is like my personal one that I really want to read these books. And then that is it for everything that I did to update my reading journal. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to my June goals and see which ones I accomplished or didn't accomplish, which this month I actually did a pretty good job with. But my 2 main goals, which were the 2 that I put first, I did not complete, which that was to watch 2 new movies and to keep my reading streak for the whole month on Fable. Let me actually get the amounts that I read on Fable. So in June, I didn't read the 1st, the 4th, the 14th, and the 27th. So for 4 days, I didn't read. This is what it looks like. 4 days out of the month that I didn't read actually isn't that bad. But in July, I'm actually going to try to keep up my streak. You guys will see I'll move this goal into July. And so far, for the first 4 days, I have read every single day. I do have a personal goal, which I talked about this in my summer diaries video, that me and my boyfriend are doing like a 30-day challenge, and we made up kind of rules for ourselves. It involves working out and then kind of just personal interests, hobbies, and all of that. So I have like a certain amount of water I want to drink. I need to work out 5 times a week. I want to read 30 minutes a day at least. I think if I keep up with that goal, I will read every single day. I will say sometimes if I don't complete the read 30 minutes a day, I'll move it on to the next day and I'll have to read like an hour. That's where it gets a little complicated because obviously I can't count that in Fable if I just didn't read that day. I'm really gonna try to keep up that streak this month. And then for the movies, I honestly wasn't too mad about this one because in May, I didn't read. I watched like 6 movies, and if you guys haven't seen, I have a TikTok where I posted my rating and review on all the movies I watched in the second quarter. If you want to go see that, I watched 6 movies in May. So honestly, it kind of counted for June. That's how I see it. I don't think I've ever watched that many movies in a month before, so I'm not mad that I didn't watch 2 new movies in June. And then the rest that I completed was work out 3 times a week, journal at least once, keep up with YouTube shorts, bake something new, low spending, book buying ban. So yeah, honestly, pretty happy with this. My YouTube shorts, I'm back on my grind. When I get into the groove of posting on YouTube shorts again, it feels so good to post that video. And then now for my July goals, I literally copy and pasted the exact same thing. I'm not even gonna read them out loud because I just read them from the last month, but I had the same exact goals for June, and then at the bottom I added to keep up my 30-day challenge because obviously I love a challenge. I think when you make things that you want to do into a challenge, it kind of motivates you a little more to complete it, check it off daily. So I want to keep this up, and hopefully after the challenge is done, I'll just become into that habit of wanting to do all these things that I put for myself to do in this challenge. So those are my goals for July. I also set up my July calendar for what my month is going to look like. I don't have much. I already finished my summer classes that I had to do, so I don't even have to worry about that. I have work, basically, appointments, birthdays, and then I leave for my trip at the very end of this month, so I'm really excited about that. Yeah, I think that's basically it. For July, I'm also not doing a vision board because I just did a summer vision board in my summer diaries video. Basically everything that I talked about in that video are things that I want to do in July, and it's kind of just fun, lighthearted things. Obviously I have goals to watch movies and keep my reading streak. Those are goals that I put every month, so to put my summer vision board for our July vision board, I think it's just going to be more fun to look at. So that's the vision board, I guess, for July. Obviously, this is not only a July reset, but also a 2026 mid-year reset. I want to check back in with my goals that I set at the beginning of this year to see maybe do I still align with them? Have I completed these goals? Maybe I want to push myself a little further. Is this something that I still want to work on? Things like that. So we're going to check back in with my 2026 goals. And I am really excited to see this because it's not really like I look at these every day. I only see my 2026 vision board when I open up my computer. But other than that, I don't really see the exact goals that I set for myself. So first, for my personal section, I have practice Spanish more, keep up my Duolingo streak. And this, I will say, I have been doing this. The streak, I think, is just kind of hard to keep up with. Sometimes I'll have to use like my streak freeze because one day I just forget to do it. Honestly, I'm not too worried about doing it every single day. As long as I'm doing it extremely often, which I almost do it every day, that's enough for me, because I feel like even when I'm talking to my boyfriend's family or my grandma and I have to speak Spanish, I'm like remembering the things that I've learned from Duolingo, and it actually helps me. The next one is less screen time, and for this one I had to put specifics on there because last year I put less screen time and I didn't really do anything about it. So for this I put no shower phone, and that's because when I shower I will set up a YouTube video and I will watch that for the whole shower, and I feel like that's just not good to do. I feel like a shower, you're supposed to just relax, maybe be in your thoughts a little bit, like have time with yourself, not really watch a video. I will say recently I've been doing that because of the challenge I've been doing. In the challenge I have a rule of like only 1 hour of social media every single day, and that includes all social media. I think I've been trying to do better at that, of like, okay, I'm gonna get in the shower, I'm not gonna use social media. If I eat and I'm with my family or my boyfriend, I'm not gonna be on social media. If I'm by myself and I'm kind of bored, I will probably just watch a YouTube video. Other than that, I feel like recently I've done good at it. Maybe before I started this challenge, I wasn't doing the best. So I think I still have to do better with that. I also put no phone while eating. I don't know, sometimes there's leeway there. For this, I put 1 Instagram download a month, and that's because I deleted Instagram, I think last year in like November. I've done a really good job not even downloading it. The reason I put this was because yes, I deleted Instagram, but sometimes I would want to re-download it to like post something. Deleting Instagram was more for not looking at anyone else's stories. I feel like sometimes when I would look at anyone else's stories, not that I wouldn't be happy for them, but I was like, damn, like I want to do this, I want to do that, why am I not doing what these people are doing? And it's just like, I feel like it's a big comparison app. TikTok, I can scroll on and laugh. I think that's just very consuming. But Instagram is, I feel like it's kind of toxic, and I feel like comparing your life to other people's lives, it's a whole thing. And I will say, I recently re-downloaded it because it was my boyfriend's birthday and I wanted to post for his birthday, and then a few days later it was the Madison Beer concert, so I was like, wait, I want to post for this. And then it was 4th of July, so I was like, wait, I want to have my phone for this. And so even though I wanted to keep Instagram to post for those events, I also caught myself going through people's stories, and I already felt the same of how I felt before, and I was like, yeah, as soon as 4th of July is done, I am deleting this app again. And it's exactly what I did. Today's July 5th, and I deleted it yesterday. Yeah, that's the only reason I really have that there, but I would say sometimes I could go like 2 months without even downloading Instagram. Stay off phone when out. I feel like sometimes I will be really good at this, but sometimes I'll be really bad at it because obviously I need to like update my mom what I'm doing. Sometimes my friends will text me, and me and my friends have such busy lives now that we barely get to talk to each other. So when we're all active in the group chat, it's like we all have to stay there, especially like Marcella's in Ireland now, Julia's doing nursing school, which is very busy, Sab is constantly working. I feel like I'm the only one that's like doesn't have the busiest life, so when all of them are available, I'm like, wait, I need to be on my phone. I will say that doesn't happen all the time, and I think I have done a good job at not really being on my phone like that. And then lock phone away for dedicated reading time. This, I wouldn't say I've locked my phone away, but I feel like I do a really good job at putting my phone to the side, putting it on silent, do not disturb, and focusing on my book. So this, I will say I've done a great job, a good job at, but not a great job. Like I could definitely do better. Then we have read 5 essays from my 101 essays book. This I try to do either every other month or once in a while. So far I've read 3 out of 5, which is not bad for me. Watch 10 new to me movies. This I've basically already completed. I've watched 18 out of 10 new to me movies. And the reason why I say new to me is because I'm not saying movies that come out this year. I'm saying movies that I've never watched before. So like Mamma Mia is an extremely old movie, but I watched that for the first time in April. This is something I definitely want to continue for the rest of the year. I have, again, a list of movies that I want to watch, and there's constantly movies coming out. I think recently movies that have been coming out have been so hyped and so good. Yeah, definitely want to keep that up. Journal for memories / vents. I will say I haven't been doing this, but another thing that I added to my 30-day challenge is to write in my gratitude journal every day, and I have been keeping up with this every day. I think the day that I started was, yeah, I started the 24th. So ever since the 24th of June, I've been writing ever since then. I actually didn't do yesterday's, so I had to do that at some point today. And then also at the end of the day, I would do today's. So honestly, I think this counts because whatever I'm writing about in here is a memory or something that happened in the day that I'll be able to look back on and be like, wow, I forgot that that happened because it was just such a small thing. Because this journal really makes you look at the small things that happened in your day. So I honestly think this counts. I'm not really much of a journaling person that's just gonna sit there for an hour and journal. I could do that, and I think that works for me. Then I put save $1,000 by my birthday. This was because I had just started working at the end of last year, and I was really saving. I've never really saved before that because whatever I was saving, it was birthday money, Christmas money, any money I received for a holiday, because I'd never really had a job where I was getting paid. And now that I am, at the beginning I found it hard to save because it was Christmas when I first got this job, and I was like, I have money, I want to give everyone gifts, I've never been able to do this. But I think after that I've really gotten the hang of like, okay, do I really need a matcha? No, let me wait maybe 3 weeks and then I'll be able to get myself a matcha in 3 weeks. Or Do I really need this shirt? No, I have a shirt like this at home. So stuff like that. I think I've been really good at saving. My dad has also been helping me. My boyfriend's been helping me. He's like, I don't really think you need that. And I'm like, I want it, but you know what? You're right. So I've been doing a great job with this. I've definitely saved a lot more than the goal that I set. Yeah, obviously this is something that I want to continue. Obviously, I'm getting older. Not that I don't want to move out anytime soon. I'm only 20 years old. My parents will let me stay here until I'm like 30. I do just want to be saving for whatever comes my way. I obviously have a trip at the end of this month too, that right now that's what I'm saving for, because I've never gone on a trip alone. I've only gone on a trip without my parents with my cousins, and then my sister goes to that. So I've never gone on a trip without my family. Basically, trip on a flight. I've gone like road trips with my friends, but on a flight to a different country, I've never done that. So I am a little bit nervous, but I trust my friends. I think we could all handle it, and if anything, there's always someone in the group that's locked in. And then the last one is to try new places, be a tourist in your own city. This one, I will say, I haven't done it much by myself. I definitely should do that more, like get out of my comfort zone. I think my boyfriend helps a lot with that, because he's like, oh, I heard of this new place, my coworker told me about this place, let's go here. And I think because of him, we've done a lot of it, which honestly, thank goodness. I think he's always coming up with new ideas. Sometimes I'll hear about something, I'm like, oh, let's go one day. I think by myself, I do need to do a better job at that. So maybe that's something we could work on. Then for my YouTube/business goals, I have to email brands for PR or sponsorships. I did this at the beginning of the year. I will say I don't think any of them, well, some of them got back to me, but it was just to like apply somewhere else. But other than that, I didn't really get much. But I did get a sponsorship from Princess Polly at the beginning of this month, or not the beginning of the month, at the beginning of this year, I think in maybe February or March, and I was just so grateful for that. That is like so cool. I've seen people do sponsorships with Princess Polly, and I love their clothes so much. Every time I wear a Princess Polly clothing, someone will be like, where's that from? And I'm like, it's for Princess Polly. I only ever get asked where my clothes are from when I'm wearing Princess Polly, so that was just such a cool sponsorship and video to be able to post. My 13-year-old self would have heard that I got a sponsorship on YouTube. I mean, I would have freaked out. So I'm popping in really quick because I forgot probably one of the most important goals on this list, and it is the 5,000 subscribers. I set this goal at the beginning of this year, having really high hopes that I would hit 5,000 subscribers, and I really knew I was going to try to stay as consistent as possible on YouTube and post not only things that I actually like, but things that I think you guys would like. That was thunder. So I knew that staying consistent would also grow my subscriber count, but mostly I just really wanted to post videos that I really enjoyed, and it has worked out for me. I'm literally less than, I think, 20 subscribers away from 5,000, which is so crazy while I'm filming this video. Kind of crazy. I'm very close to hitting this in the middle of the year, before the year is even over, so very exciting. But back to the rest of the goals. Then I have 3 to 4 short form content a week. Like you guys know, almost every month when I do a reset, I do really try to keep up with this. If you guys ever watch my YouTube shorts, my TikToks, sometimes I will flop for like a week or two because I'm like, I don't know what to post. I try to record a video, I don't record enough, and then I'm like, I can't even post this. I will say I've been doing a lot better than I used to, so I think that's all that matters, honestly. And then for the last one is start a business. I had a business idea in mind that my boyfriend thought of, and I was like, I really like that idea. I have things ready. I just think I'm a little nervous to obviously invest in it and then it not work out. I don't know, I think that's just something that I have to just jump in and do. It is obviously scary, but I just have to be brave, which I will. I think eventually this year it will happen, but I haven't done that yet. Then for traveling, all I have is to travel somewhere new, which I don't think I've done that this year yet. Obviously at the end of this month, I am going out of the country, somewhere new. It's just so crazy. Then for beauty, I have to stay consistent with my morning/night skincare routine, and I have been doing this, and I do have like blush and mascara on right now, but I have never seen my skin so clear. I will say I have breakouts occasionally. I feel like this area under my mouth is always breaking out, but I feel like the rest of my face, I've never seen it so clear, and I think it's genuinely because I have stayed consistent all year. I think I found products that really work for my face. I am coming out with a current favorites video that I'm going to be talking about everything that I've been using recently and everything that I love from this year, so stay tuned for that. But I feel like I've really been staying consistent and it works, guys. I know you hate to hear it, but it does work. Then I wrote get new makeup products once they run out. This was because I had hand-me-down makeup products from my mom, my sister, and I never really bought some of my own. My boyfriend, my lovely boyfriend, saw me crying one day over how hideous my makeup looked. I was like, this is so bad. And for my birthday, he went and took me to get these makeup products that I had been looking at that I wanted, and my friend Julia got me new makeup brushes, so I'm so grateful for them for basically letting me complete this goal. But there are still so many things that I want to try out and get. Like, I really want the new Rhode bronzer. I've never used bronzer really ever. I feel like I trust Rhode with the blushes, so I think the bronzer would be really nice to get. Then I have hair care journey. I feel like I'm still on this. It has gotten so much healthier since the beginning of the year, I will say. My ends were kind of dead. My hair was not orange, but it wasn't the color that I would like it to be. But I feel like now I'm back to my original color. I feel like my hair really feels nice when I blow dry it. It doesn't look like this. It looks a little bit like this now. Yeah, honestly, I feel like it's gotten so much better. I think I definitely still have more to do to help my hair be healthier, but it has gotten so much better. And then for fitness slash health, we have workout 3 times a week minimum. Sometimes I will say I do fail at doing this. I think personally, I can work out 2 times a week at home doing my home workouts, but for the rest of the week, I usually go to the gym with my boyfriend. Sometimes he doesn't really want to go, so then I'm like, I can't go because I don't have the membership. I just go as his guest. So sometimes if we do fail at this, it's not only his fault too. Sometimes we're both like, we don't really want to go. But I feel like, again, recently with this challenge I've been doing, I've really been grinding, and even when I don't go to the gym, I genuinely feel so guilty. I'm like, I need to go to the gym. I haven't worked out at all. Yeah, I think I definitely have a better mindset with going to the gym and working out than I have ever before. Learn how to cook. This has not happened at all. Not even me standing near my mom to learn how to cook. I haven't even done. I learned how to, this is so embarrassing, but I never really knew how to make scrambled eggs. I'd always seen my dad make it, but I never really tried it for myself. So I feel like I had an idea, but I didn't really ever execute it myself until recently. Again, this challenge, I've been wanting to like just have more protein intake, so I learned how to make it myself so that I don't have to ask anyone else to make it for me. Now I know how to make scrambled eggs. I know that's not cooking, but it's a start, okay? Then I have to eat less McDonald's, which this is just a crazy, embarrassing goal to have, but truly at the beginning of this year, I was having McDonald's maybe like twice a week, and that's just, it just sounds crazy to me right now because the other day after the Madison Beer concert, it was like 2 in the morning, my boyfriend and I were really hungry, and we were like, let's just get McDonald's. And after having it, I was like, wow, I haven't had this in so long. My stomach felt a little bit weird after it even. Yeah, I feel like I could go, I think I've probably gone like 2 months without eating McDonald's before that. If myself 3 years ago would hear that I haven't had McDonald's in 2 months, they would be like, what do you mean? I had McDonald's twice this week already. And then the last 2 that I have here are to practice better posture by doing yoga, and then also try Pilates. I will say I haven't gone to an actual Pilates studio and tried it because Pilates studios are expensive, and if I'm trying to have the goal of save money, Pilates studios go against that. But I have been doing Pilates at home, which I honestly think counts. I do really like it. Obviously, it's a bit harder than what I'm used to just doing like normal workouts. Pilates is just like no stopping really. But I do like it. I haven't done any yoga to practice better posture. I feel like my boyfriend would be like, hello, like, stand up. I think I definitely could practice better posture, and I am going to do a video soon where I'm going to be working on all these goals, because not only are we supposed to be checking in with our mid-year goals, but we also need to start putting it into action, not just, oh yeah, I need to do this, I'll look back at it at the end of the year. So I will be doing a video soon on YouTube where I'm going to be trying to implement these goals for a whole week, and then again, same as a challenge, hopefully it just becomes a habit after that. Now that I have talked your guys' ear off about my goals and what I think about them, if there needs, I don't think any of them need adjustments really. I just think I need to put more effort into actually doing them. Some of them I have already done, which I'm very proud of myself for, but some of them I could definitely still work on. So yeah, I don't really think I need to change anything. I just think obviously we're only through the middle of the year, so things can change in 6 months as well. And the last 2 things that I want to do for this video, which I can't do right now because I don't have time, but a little bit later, we are going to go into my journal. We're going to do our monthly journal prompt that I found recently. It's just kind of like a end of month prompt and then starting the new month prompt, what did you like from the last month, what do you want to do in the new month, and I really like those prompts, the ones that I've done. So we're gonna do that, and then also I just want to do mid-year journaling. What are things that that happened in the beginning of the year? Maybe I'll find a prompt for that too, because I don't know, I just find it hard to freely write, and I'm like, what has happened at the beginning of this year? I don't even remember. So I think maybe we'll probably find a prompt for mid-year journaling, things that happened in the past 6 months. What do I want to happen in the next 6 months? We'll see, but I definitely want to do some journaling because I think that's the most important part, to do some reflecting in the beginning of the year, and then in the middle of the year, and then also at the end of the year. So we'll do that later, and I'll see you guys then. Hi guys, so it is the next day and I am here to end this video. I know yesterday I forgot to show you guys the wallpaper that I have on my phone and my computer, so I'm going to show you guys that now. I just have a very summery theme going on. I have a striped background for the calendar, a lobster here, some beach signs here, and then the background is just blue polka dots. And then I obviously still have my summer Pinterest board as one of my widgets. And then for my computer, I have the same exact picture here as one of the widgets. I have this as the background for the time, and then this for the July calendar. But that is basically it for today's video. I think there was a lot more that I wanted to do. I just didn't have as much time as I thought I would have. There was just a lot going on. There is a lot going on this month. I'm trying to pack in and film and edit a lot of videos before I leave on my trip. So I'm really trying to post good videos, but also videos that aren't going to drain me before I go on my trip, and so I don't stress out too much. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I tried to reset in the middle of the year. I definitely wanted to get rid of a lot more clothes than I did, and I didn't end up showing you guys, but that garbage bag over there is the bag of stuff that I either want to sell or donate. Don't really know what yet, but yeah, maybe I'll do that in my next video where I will be working on my 2026 goals, which I guess that's not a goal, but I did want to get rid of stuff in this video, so maybe we'll do that in that video. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to give it a like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you know when I post my next video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!